Today, mounting the quick change tool post. I've got it installed already. I'm going to show you exactly why I ditched the lantern post. These are no fun. There were a few struggles along the way. I'll show you at the end. A couple of them being the belt, a couple of them being this reason here. We've got it mounted. It's working great. Check out the video. At the end I explain everything. On a quick change post, you got a pull stud that runs through the top with a nut. Boom, that tightens up, locks this down to the carriage. The base plate that actually pulls up, locks it to the carriage, is a little thicker on this one. It's about a 1/2 inch thick. We need to go down to about a 1/4 inch. It sits in here. So this is about a 1/4 inch. This is the new base plate. As you can tell, it's quite a bit thicker, right around a 1/2 inch. So we've got about a 1/4 inch take off. We'll get some good measurements and make sure we're getting that as good of a fit as we can. So we'll hope for the best. I've never actually made any solid cuts on this machine. I went ahead and did a link drive belt. The spindle is married into the machine. I don't want to pull these bearings. I don't want to pull that shaft. So I snipped the belt. We put a link drive belt in. We don't have to pull any bearings, no gears, no nothing. So I think that's pretty great. Honestly, this link drive belt so far has took out so much vibration out of this machine. The other one was chewed up, and every time it would hit a chunk, it would just vibrate, and I hated it. So we went with this option. Hopefully it works out. We'll find out in time. But so far, we're going to get set up, and we are going to take some light cuts. This is a smaller lathe. It's a Millport 10x24. It is an exact replica of the Jet 1024s. We'll find out how true and everything else it is with due time. But for the meantime, we're going to get it up and running. Try to make life a little easier and just be able to swap out tools as we need. I did order a 4-jaw chuck. We have our indexable tools, parting tools, turning tools, facing tools, boring tools, some inserts. I've got more stuff on the way. We've got drill chuck, a new center. Right there's touch. We'll back up. Zero our indicator. Sorry you can't see that. We're going to advance over, cross-feed engage. And we're touching. Okay, we've got something happening that I already knew was going to happen, but we were going to give it a shot without and just see how rigid we were. We'll stop here, I'll back it up and I'll show you. So, I advanced this indicator, sorry that's super glary. I advanced this indicator over about 30 thou. We're going to go back to 40 thou. And I will show you what's going on. So we're running, we'll touch our part. There's some noise. Engage the crossfeed. Now what you're going to see is this indicator is going to start working its way back. 5 thou, 10 thou, 15, 20, 25, 30. So we advanced 40. I'm just going to stop there. But what's happening is we are only hitting the corners. Here, all the way to here. But what's happening is the carriage is getting shoved over. Oh, we got some belt slippage. That's all right. We've got an adjuster. I could pull a link or two out of here. And if things don't pan out, that's exactly what I'll do. But we're going to go ahead and adjust these heims. That way we can get a little more tension on there and see how things play out that way. So let's get that adjusted. I'll be right back. All right, we got some Heims adjustment. I got a lot more tension there now. We're gonna find out if that's too much, but this is a brand new belt. We're working some stuff in. This is a link drive belt, so everything's probably meshing in as it goes. Went ahead and changed my position here. I was stopping the belt. What was happening is I didn't have the cutter angled down just enough, and I was hitting the bottom of the tool. Stuff happens. Skip my mind. That's the reason we're getting rid of this. I don't have to worry about that after this is done. Now we're cutting really good. I just advanced 30 thou. Let this run its course. As you can see, I am going to have to shorten the bolt that comes through there. That's why I have it set up this way on the pull stud. We're just going to face that off as we go. That way I have the clearance. After that, we'll pull this off and I'll knock that pull stud back even shorter yet, probably another 20 thou or so. So we're going to call that good enough. Got it to size right, just under 1/4 inch. Give it a little bit of play. Ran some Scotch Brite across the face, smoothed that up, ran a file across the edges. I'm going to turn this bolt down, this pull stud, give that maybe, I don't know, 25-30 thou clearance. Everything played out nice. No damage to the threads. Everything threaded right on really nice. I gave it 40 thou or 1 millimeter of clearance on the pull stud. That way, when I put this plate into this slot, the plate itself is doing all of the holding and that pull stud is not hitting. We'll let the plate do its job and we'll go ahead, ditch this thing. We'll get our quick change set up. I took a spare reversible jaw that I have for my 3-jaw. It's ground on both sides. I'm trusting the face of the jaws to square this up, so I just sat my jaw in there. I buttoned my carriage up to it. Grab our wrench. We're going to snug this guy up. And then we'll back it away. Drop in our tools, lock it down, tighten it. I will have to go through, set some tooling up. I'll have to get all my height set. Quick way to find center of your tool, just flip it to the other side. Run it over until you're at or just below center of your tailstock. That's a real quick way to get yourself really close to center on a lathe. Then all you got to do, come over here, flip it, lock it down. When I want to switch tools, all I got to do is loosen that up, pull this out, grab a different one. Boom, I got a new cutter set up, ready to go. You can go from turning to boring, facing, parting off. As I was just turning this little plate, I tried carbide tipped, I tried the indexable tools. We're all set up now. We're gonna go ahead and make a couple light passes just until I get this cleaned up. Then we're gonna throw some mics on it. Just see how accurate we are across this 4 inches or so here. So we'll go ahead and get to it. I did have it operational last night. I turned the end that I'm chucked on now. And everything seems to be working really nice. My phone died, so I lost the camera. I came back out to do this exact video here. And as soon as I hit the camera, my phone died again today. So we're up and running now. We're gonna see what happens. Hopefully the phone decides to work with me this time. Switch tooling, getting a lot better here. Still the same speed. $7.19 and 3. $7.18 and 5. So we're about 8/10 under a thou of taper there across 4 inches. Bumped up the spindle rate. 7.18 and 3, 7.17 and 7. All right, project quick change tool post is all done. Moving on, we're gonna get the 4-jaw mounted. In the beginning of the video, I had my tool rake just a little bit high, and I ended up having to move that up. That stopped the chuck at one point and was slipping the belt. Part of the reason why I'm getting rid of this lantern post. Now that I got the quick change, all I have to worry about is up and down. I don't have to worry about all the angles. So that'll be super nice. There was one point where I was adjusting the belt, and I think a lot of that was the link drives just kind of stretching out and finding their permanent home. We adjusted the heims, and as I moved it back, it started getting, the belt actually started rubbing into the top cover, the guards on the machine. So loosened the heims back up. I took about 3 links out of that belt, retightened the heims. Now I've got good pressure there and clearance. So that worked out really nice. If you made it this far in the video, I definitely appreciate you watching. Hopefully it was informative. If not, hopefully it was fun. I got more videos coming of getting the 4-jaw mounted. I have some projects going with the lathe. So if this is something you're into, something you like, a lot of the channel will be based around saws, but I do plan on involving the lathe. Eventually I plan to get my mill up and running, and we'll have more there. So once again, thank you. Like, subscribe, comment.